This award celebrates a leader who uses their voice, their visibility, and their influence to champion health equity and advance cancer research. An individual who reflects our father's enduring spirit, his courage, and his unwavering commitment to improving outcomes for communities too often overlooked by the healthcare system. Tonight, we recognize someone who embodies all of that and more. Pro Football Hall of Famer, NFL analyst, and cancer thriver, Randy Moss.
Randy has taken his own journey with cancer and transformed it into a mission, advocating powerfully for early screenings, expanding access to care, and calling for the equitable support that minority communities urgently deserve. His willingness to speak boldly and act decisively mirrors the heart of Stuart Scott's legacy: to stand up, speak out, and ensure that no one fights alone. As we celebrate the profound impact Randy continues to make, we invite you to join us in honoring his leadership, his advocacy, and his commitment to change. Please welcome the inaugural Stuart Scott Impact Award recipient, Randy Moss.
Shining star, and make you who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be, what you can truly be.
Thank you all. First of all, I want to give honor to God for just blessing me just to be here this morning. Just to be here this evening, waking up this morning, and just being in this beautiful room with so many beautiful people. And before I step off this stage, I just want to thank the V Foundation, the Scott family for putting this on, and all the sponsors for being able to recognize me and my family for this beautiful honor. As you can see right now, just being able, I don't know if y'all set up to do it. Y'all wanted me emotional. Well, you got emotional, Randy Moss. If you wanted him, you got it. So, I just really want to, take my time just to enlighten you all and just bring y'all into my world for a minute. Being able to come from a small town, a country town of Rand, West Virginia, we don't really have a lot of things to really hang our hat on. And I just think that you always hear me talk on ESPN about, I think last week you heard me talk about just loving the kids and loving the children. I started out at 17 as a young father, and ever since then I've just been, loving kids ever since. And I just think that being able to be diagnosed with cancer at a young age is just something that I didn't expect. Playing 14 years in the National Football League where I want to be macho, I stand to be a macho. It's a masculine sport. It's a brutal sport. It's kind of like I can't be defeated. But I just think last year around this time, I was on set on ESPN and my phone started buzzing. And my phone started buzzing because there was something wrong with my eyes on national television, and I had no idea what people were talking about. And so that week I had to go see my doctor, and I'm used to going to see doctors for, an ankle, maybe a little cough, something like it, but nothing this serious. And I just, want to take the time to really thank my doctors, Dr. Zamar, Shalindra, Dr. Lingo, Dr. Rizza, and my personal surgeon, Dr. Martini. I had no idea that the road all the way here was going to be this tough, but I just think the people that I met along my journey is something that I'll never forget. I want to be able to thank ESPN, my colleagues. I can see Greenberg, Seth, Mr. Pitaro, others, just sticking by me. It was a hard fight for me and my family, and I didn't know what my job placement was going to be, but I really appreciate you guys showing me the love and sticking through those hard times. And when I say a special place in my heart for you guys and this network, ESPN is always going to be there. And once again, thank you. There's one colleague that I've been on the TV with for a few years now, and he usually throws it to us about 9:35. I don't know if Jay Harris is in the building. Jay, I don't know if you're here or not, but it was just Jay being diagnosed with cancer, and I'm sitting at home watching Mike, you guys on television, and something that I'm used to every weekend, Jay and them throwing it to us, and Jay wasn't on the television. So finding out that Jay was battling something too, and Jay, when I say this, I really sincerely mean this. I'm glad that you got the right treatment, you got with your doctors, and you were able to come back on the television just as well as I was. I'm glad to see you, my brother. God bless you. Thanks, man. Just seeing Jay just coming up here, that just lets, Jay, I just wanted you to know that the fight that I was fighting, the fight that you were fighting, the fight that many other people dealing with cancer was fighting, I just want to let you know that whatever you felt, I felt. And so being able to see you come back on that television, being around the people you love the most outside of your family and your home, that was a good feeling to see you, my brother. So God bless you, and thank you for coming up here and showing me my love. I cannot leave my family, my beautiful wife out. It's kind of like they talk about being diagnosed with something this horrendous, and they talk about the caretakers. And I don't know where I would be if I didn't have the woman, my wife, Miss Lydia Moss. Baby, you got to stand up. I just have to honor you. Please stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many in this room has been battling some of the things that I talked about, like me and Jay battled myself, but you really have to have someone strong in your corner to be able to overcome a lot of these obstacles. One, obstacles that others are telling you that you may or may not be here to see it, or others are talking about you may not be able to reach your goal. But that woman right there, when I was down on all the medication of, Randy, you need to get up. There's a goal for you to be on set for Super Bowl Sunday. And if you don't get up, you're not going to reach that goal. So I just wanted to just take this time out to just give my wife some love, tell her I love you, thank you for being the woman you are and taking care of me. The NFL family, I talk about it being a family. I showed, as you can see, I'm sitting up here with my Vikings tie. My color is purple. So I just want to be able to give the Minnesota Viking loves because when I was down in my bed just looking at ESPN, Greeny, looking at you guys, there was Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns, the New England Patriots with Robert Kraft. The NFL showed me so much love. And I just really, when I was down and out in my bed, and to Sydney and Taylor, the Scott family, when Seth Markman told me that I was going to receive the Stuart Scott Impact Award, I did not hesitate. I did not hesitate. When I tell you back in 1993, back in West Virginia, looking at a black man on television that looked like me, that sounded like me, that later on, 20 years later, that this man left a legacy on not just the black community, but the whole sports world as a whole family. This man granted me the ability to sit on national television each and every week, Mike Greenberg, and I'm able to be myself. Do you know what it feels like when you have to go somewhere and be someone you're not? I want to be able to thank Miss Jackie for having a wonderful son. You all, I did not come up here to be emotional, but I think when you pay a tribute like this to myself and a man like Stuart Scott that I hold high regards up for what he meant to just sports in general, I'm able to be myself on national television because Stuart Scott broke all the barriers and took care of that for not just me, but for other people of color to sit on television, the radio, and be themselves. So I just want to thank you all, Scott family, Miss Jackie. Last but not least, the word cancer is not always a positive outcome. Sometimes we do lose the people we're close to. My children lost their grandmother to cancer. My daughter had a teacher that became her school grandmother that just lost her life to cancer last week. And I'm going to leave you guys with this story about how blessed of a man that I really am. I sat on national television and asked for the prayer warriors, those that believe in God, those that believe there is a God for healing. We don't need the medication. The man upstairs is our healer. My prayer warriors, I want to thank you personally for helping me get through this fight with me and my family. For you all out here tonight to come here on my behalf, on Stuart Scott, his family's behalf, the V Foundation. I sat in that hospital, and then by sitting here looking at this, coming here tonight, I asked myself, if God would have took my life a year ago, did I do enough? And sometimes you have to sit back, look yourself in the mirror, because I do a lot of charity work. I don't care if it gets highlighted or not. I just know what type of faces I see and the emotion I see on families and children when I show up and do things that are not publicized. And one thing that I asked myself, I didn't know if I was going to be here last year or not, but I asked myself, did I do enough on this earth? And obviously, I'm doing something right. To be the 2025 Stuart Scott Impact Award winner, first annual, Scott family, Miss Jackie, V Foundation, and everybody here, on the behalf of me and my family, I want to sincerely thank you all for giving me this award. Now, thank you. Last but not least, that question that I asked myself, did I do enough? We're here for a reason. We're here for a cause. They put up a couple $1,000,000, how much the Stuart Scott Foundation has raised. I know we're here to honor Stuart Scott, Randy Moss, myself, my family, but we're here to raise money for a great cause. If you want to ask yourself at the end of the night, did you do enough? This is the type of night that we need. Because what we're about to experience tonight, we're going to be able to put some smiles on a lot of families' faces. As I always say, I love the kids. I love meeting new faces. I love meeting new people. I love seeing new faces. Let's bring them pockets. Let's bring them wallets out for this great cause. All right? God bless you. Thank you.